What's up, guys? Nick Major here, APTV correspondent. I just spoke with Matt from Milestones, chatted about a ton of stuff, including the band's latest release, Equal Measures, their future plans, and a ton more. So stay tuned to see what he had to say. Good to see you again. I guess we first officially met last night around 2:30 in the morning or so.
Yeah, in your bedroom.
Yeah, in my bedroom, literally.
Yeah,
that might sound creepy, but you are staying at my apartment right now. You guys, you're over here, our first U.S. tour. You guys are from the U.K. Pop punk, is that the genre that you would classify yourself as?
Yeah, I suppose.
Definitely kind of rock.
I think we're definitely like rockier than pop punk.
Yep.
I think like if you go back to like 2007's like kind of like Mayday, we're kind of fall into that genre of pop punk. I think nowadays pop punk is like neck deep in the story so far, and I think we're swaying more to kind of the nostalgic pop punk than we are the kind of modern day version.
Would you say that's because that's more the music that you guys were inspired by? Kind of grew up listening to it more?
Yeah.
What are your biggest influences?
I'd say like for this kind of genre, you know, like You Me at 6, All Time Low.
They're from kind of nearish where you're at, yeah?
Yeah. You Me at 6 I saw maybe 11 to 12 times before I was 15.
Oh, wow.
They were the first gig I ever went to, and then I went to the same gig again the day after. So I was a big You Me at 6 fan. I know the other guys were, you know, we all grew up listening to Bring Me the Horizon and Architects and You Me at 6, who were all British. But yeah, the American side, it was Mayday Parade, All Time Low, and all those kind of bands, which were kind of like big influences for us as musicians and as people. And
how did you guys all meet each other and start this project? Were you guys playing in other bands beforehand?
Yeah, we were kind of doing the circuit ourselves with not as kind of into it musicians. They were kind of a bit more casual, and we kind of all wanted something a bit more serious. So I was a promoter at the time in Manchester, and we kind of just knew each other from the scene through putting on shows and knowing each other through just like playing with each other. And we all kind of like remembered each other as being kind of the leaders of our old bands. We kind of created a 6-month plan, created a budget, and we were like, 6 months from now, we're going to be signed. This is what we're going to do. We had like tours planned from the start, and we just kind of went at it, and 5 months later we were signed, which was pretty cool.
So it's been working out so far to kind of what you guys have been setting for yourself.
Sure. Yeah.
Was one of your main things to try to come tour the US? Was that a goal of your guys?
Yeah, I think for every musician, especially in the UK, it's a dream come true in so many different ways just to be out here, let alone have somebody somewhere wanting you to play here, whether that's like one of the bands or like management or like a label. Someone wants you, believes in your music enough to want to push you in that direction. I think that's a huge thing as people and as musicians. And I mean,
Fearless, they've been doing good with some British bands lately. They got the As It Is guys, the Ocean's 8 Alaska guys.
Yeah.
So what's the music scene like over there? Is there? It sounds like there's at least a handful of very serious artists out there.
Yeah, I think over the past few years or so, like labels in America have started to pick up bands, which has been great. I don't think there's really any labels in the UK which really can take up bands like Hopeless, Fearless, Epitaph. All those other labels can do, if you get what I mean. Like, in the UK, it's just kind of Sony and EMI, Virgin. That's kind of like, if you're a band like ours,
like
that's
30 seconds to Mars.
Yeah, exactly. And it's just so impossible to get signed to one of them. So.
And then last summer, you guys dropped your debut EP. Was that last summer that you guys did that?
Yeah.
Jeez, time flies.
Yeah, I know.
But so how did that come to happen? How long was that in the works for? And obviously, it was the first taste that anybody would really around the world have of you guys.
Yeah, that was really weird because we did our first debut EP, which was kind of like it's same EP, and we self-released that, and it did really well.
It's called Equal Measures and everything?
Yeah, but it had different songs on.
Oh, weird.
So
break this down for me.
So basically, we had like a 5-song EP, and it had 2 of the songs which are currently on Nothing Left in Equal Measures. That was on the old one as well. But when we were like doing all the Fearless stuff, we were writing as well, and we came up with new demos. We sent them to them, and they were like, "Yo, these guys, this is sick! Like, we love these just as much." And we would just send them as demos, but they actually really liked them as songs. So we were like, "Okay, well, can we put them on the actual record then?" So we ended up putting that on the debut record, which ended up being the Equal Measures that got released on Fearless. So because it had Equal Measures and Nothing Left, and we wanted to brand it as what it really was, which was a first taste of Milestones, it was still classed as our debut because we didn't feel like, we felt like it still was the debut record, if you get what I mean. Like, So it was good because it meant that all of our fans back at home who already had a taste had something extra.
Some new stuff.
But at the same time, it didn't feel like it was us doing a completely new thing, because it wasn't. It was like still the same region of music which we wanted to aim at. Like, we wanted each record to see us growing as musicians. Like, our debut is going to be very more mature, whereas I think the EP was just kind of like a more kind of like ranged version of what our first demos were. I class the first kind of release as like a demo EP, to be honest.
So has vocals always been your thing, writing lyrics, or is that what you did in previous bands? How did you come to find that you liked singing?
I actually started like being a musician as a drummer, personally, and then I played one kind of like good sized show, and I saw everybody jump in, and I saw the singer and how much fun he was having, and I was like, yo, I don't want to be doing this anymore. I want to be doing what he's doing. And like, I was always kind of nervous. Like, I've got like huge stage fright, like speech phobia, which is weird because like on stage you won't be able to tell. But so I never actually sang in front of someone. So I sent videos of myself singing to all my friends and stuff. I'm just like, yo, just tell me what you think. Like, tell me honestly. Give me criticism. Around. Yeah, exactly. And it did. It got posted around. And yeah, just built up my confidence, and I ended up becoming a singer through that, which was kind of cool. Did
that kind of help your speech? Like, not like in talking in front of people in public, or really. How have you been able to come over that?
It's very odd because like, I used to be really good at it. I used to be really good at speaking in front of people, and like, I got quite badly bullied at my first high school, which is like the second half of middle school for you guys. And I left that school and then went to the next one. And then as soon as I went there, I just could not speak in front of people, like, or like, you know, like English presentations and stuff like that. Couldn't do it. But yeah, for some reason, whenever I got a microphone in front of me, I'm completely fine talking to people. Like,
I was gonna say, now you've gotten to a point to where the best scenario every night for you is to be speaking to as many people as possible.
Exactly, yeah.
Which is never what you would have wanted when you were younger, I guess.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, but even now, if like someone said to me, speak in front of 30 people and do an English presentation, Jesus, I couldn't do it. I'd run out. I'd be like, nope, nah, I'm out.
So now that you guys have the EP out, I'm sure you're eager to get new stuff out, because it's been a good few months since that happened. What do you guys have planned for the future? You've been busy writing?
Yeah, we've actually finished recording the debut album.
Oh, really?
We did that. So we've had a packed year so far. We did like from January 2nd, got the hangover out the way of New Year's Eve, and then went straight to the studio for 22, 23 days.
So any time frame when you guys are hoping to put out the full-length album?
We're hoping at the end of this year, I think, is when we're kind of like aiming for. I think like we want to make sure it's right, and we want to make sure it's perfect and exactly how we want it to be. I think like we've done everything we can songwriting-wise and recording-wise. It's just, you know, all of the mixing and all of the making sure it's all fine details, perfect, bells and whistles kind of put into place. So
is that gonna be the first full length you've ever done?
Yeah.
That's gonna be a big accomplishment. I'm sure.
It was weird. Like, we wrote maybe like 60 or 70 songs.
Oh my! I can't even fathom that. I can't even imagine writing that many songs.
It was like we did so many, and we did like maybe 2 or 3 revisions of the album, which like as musicians I found it was just the biggest challenge ever to like, because like we're all very self-critical people. Like, we're all very like, that wasn't good enough. Like, we'll come off stage and people will be like, yo, that was sick, and we'll be like, nope, we did this, this, and this wrong. We need to get better at this, this, and this. But with the album, like, we had to do that so often on things that we grew to love, and you get like demovitis over things. So you're like, oh, like, this is sick, but is it sick, or is it just because you've listened to it that often, you're used to it? So it's like, it was hard to like be honest with yourself so much to be able to take yourself back and go, can I do this better? And then go and change it, and then work out what needs changing. But we ended up with 13 tracks that we all loved, and I think we'll probably end up with 11 that we're just ecstatic on. So I'm really excited for it. It should be great. Good
job on keeping so busy, and congrats on finishing up the CD. Hopefully it'll come out before too long, because I'm sure everyone's eager. But hey, thanks for chatting, dude.
Thank you.
And I'll see you back at my place later tonight.
Yeah.
Good luck at the show tonight.
Guess I'm stuck in this in-between. It's gone 24 hours, but I just can't sleep. It's not that easy anymore. It's not that easy.